Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayana Namaskritya Narancha Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Dite Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Semaya Bhagavati Uttam Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Nashtiki. So continuing with the discussion on Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Lila, chapter 17, the Lord travels to Vrindavan, text 44. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is going through the forests of Jharikhanda and he's chanting, dancing, and seeing him, all the animals also started to chant, dance, and like shown in the picture behind me, tigers are kissing the deer and they're chanting together. Further, it is said, Mayuradi Pakshigana Prabhu re dekhi, Sangye chale Krishna bali, nache matta paya. Various birds, including the peacock, saw Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and began to follow him, chanting and dancing. They were all maddened by the holy name of Krishna. Hari bol bali Prabhu kare uchadhvani, vrikshalata prafulita saidhvani shoni. When the Lord loudly chanted Haribol, the trees and creepers became jubilant to hear him. The loud chanting of the Hare Krishna mantra is so powerful that it can even penetrate the ears of trees and creepers. What to speak of those of animals and human beings? It can penetrate the ears of trees and creepers, so they can also hear actually. And even if we think they don't have ears, plants and trees, the soul, the spirit soul has the ears. So it can hear because it's a transcendental sound vibration. So this Harinam is so powerful. Trees, animals, human beings, birds, microorganisms, they can hear it and they can get benefited. All we need to do is just engage in chanting. That's all. It will benefit us, it will benefit all these organisms, and at the same time, we invoke or we attract the mercy of the Lord. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu once asked Haridas Thakur how trees and plants could be delivered, and Haridas Thakur replied that the loud chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra would benefit not only trees and plants, but insects and all other living beings. One should therefore not be disturbed by the loud chanting of Hare Krishna, for it is beneficial not only to the chanter, but to everyone who gets an opportunity to hear. So whether one is hearing in a right frame of mind, right consciousness, and it doesn't matter. Let him hear. Sooner, slowly, it will have an effect on the chanter and the hearer both. Jharikhande sthavar jangamache jata, Krishna nama diya kaila premete unmata. Thus all living entities in the forest of Jharikhand, some moving and some standing still, became maddened by hearing the holy name of Lord Krishna vibrated by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The great forest of Jharikhanda is a great tract of land including Atagada, Dhenakala, Angula, Lahara, Kianjhada, Bamada, Bonai, Gangapura, Chota Nagpur, Yashapur, and Sarguja. All these places, which are covered with mountains and jungles, are known as Jharikhand. And another thing to, I think I mentioned it yesterday, another thing to analyze or see it here, all these animals, they forgot their animosity. Deers and tigers, they don't go along. Snakes and peacocks, they don't go along. They don't get along. But they forgot everything. Tigers and elephants, they don't get along. But they forgot everything. When they were hearing the holy name, they were embracing each other, chanting and kissing and dancing. Mean this is the power of the holy name. We forget our material bodies. In spiritual atmosphere, spiritual body, there is no fight. So means if after so many years of chanting, hearing the Sankirtan and doing so many services, if we haven't given up our enviousness or animosity, then actually we are lower than the animals. There is so much of enviousness, so much in devotee circle. It's sometimes it just like, is the holy name really taking effect, or are we really chanting? What are we doing? Are we just pretending to chant? These animals just heard once Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Harinam, and this, they just forgot everything. But we don't forget. We still have those tendencies. So nothing wrong with Harinam, obviously. So definitely something wrong with how we are chanting. And how long will it take for us to get over all these anarthas? And then we really taste the chanting and we really taste the holy. We really develop love for Krishna. ये ग्राम दिया जान यहाँ करें स्थिति से सब ग्रामेर लोके रहाए प्रेम भक्ति. In all the villages through which the Lord passed, and in all the places he rested on his journey, everyone was purified and awakened to ecstatic love of God. केहा यदि तार मुखे सुने कृष्ण नाम, तार मुखे आन सुने, तार मुखे आन, सबे कृष्ण हरि बलि नाचे कांदे हासे, परम प्राय वैष्णव अइला सर्वदेश. When someone heard the chanting of the holy name from the mouth of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and someone else heard this chanting from that second person, and then someone again heard this chanting from the third person, everyone in all countries became a Vaishnava through such disciplined succession. Thus everyone chanted the holy name of Krishna and Hari, and they danced, cried, and smiled. The transcendental potency of Hare Krishna Mahamantra is herein explained. First, the holy name is vibrated by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. When someone hears from him directly, he is purified. When another person hears from that person, he is also purified. In this way, the purification process is advanced among pure devotees. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and no one can claim his potency. Nonetheless, if one is a pure devotee, hundreds and thousands of men can be purified by his vibration. This potency is within every living being. This potency is within every living being, because every soul ultimately is servant of Krishna. Every soul is divine soul. Every soul is a pure soul. But our potency is covered up. We've forgotten that. Provided he chants the Hare Krishna Mahamantra offenselessly and without material motives. When a pure devotee chants offenselessly, another person will become a Vaishnava, and from him another Vaishnava will emerge. This is the parampara system. So this is all. So going back that, in our lifetime, if we can transform, really help transforming the heart of only one person, besides us obviously, even that is helpful. Even that will please Krishna. That will please Prabhupada. That's all we need to try to do that. Big preachers, more pure devotees, they can do wonders. Let us try, just with one person. it will help us also. यद्यपि प्रभु लोक संघटेरु त्रासे prema gupta karen bahire na prakash. The Lord did not always manifest his ecstasy. Being afraid of a great assembly of people, the Lord kept his ecstasy concealed. Tathapi tar darshan shravana prabhave sakal deshe loka aila vaishnava. Although Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did not manifest his natural ecstatic love, everyone became a pure devotee simply by seeing and hearing. Srila Rupa Goswami has described Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as Mahavadanyaya Avatar, the most magnificent incarnation. Although Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is not physically present, simply by chanting his holy name, Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar, Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhaktavrinda, people throughout the world are becoming devotees. This is due to the ecstatic chanting of the holy names of the Lord. It is said that a pure devotee can see the Lord at every moment, and because of this, he is empowered by the Lord. This is confirmed in the Brahm Samhita, Premanjana Churita Bhakti Vilachana. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared 500 years ago, but it cannot be said that now the potency of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra is less than it was in his presence. By hearing Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu through the Parampara system, one can be purified. Therefore, in this verse it is said, Tathapi Tara Darshana Shravana Prabhu. It is not that everyone is able to see Krishna, Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu physically. But if one hears about him through books like Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita and through the Parampara system of pure Vaishnavas, there is no difficulty in becoming a pure Vaishnava, free from mundane desires and personal motivations. So anybody, everybody can become a pure devotee. Just follow Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and simply by chanting his holy name, that's all. And here Prabhupada does right. There is no difficulty in becoming a pure Vaishnava, free from mundane desires and personal motivation. These are the conditions. Mundane desires and personal motivation. So ulterior motives. They keep us from becoming purer and purer. Gaula Bang Utkal, Dakhin Desha Giya, Lokera Nistara Kaina, Apane Brahmi. In this way, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu personally toured Bengal, East Bengal, Odisha, and the other southern countries, and he delivered all kinds of people by spreading Krishna consciousness. Mathura Jaivara Chale, Ashin Jharikhanda, Bhil Prayat Lokataha, Parama Pashanda. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to Jharikhanda on his way to Mathura, he found that the people there were almost uncivilized and were devoid of Krishna consciousness. The word Bhilla refers to a class of men belonging to the Bhils. The Bhils are like black Africans and they are lower than Shudras. Such people generally live in the jungle, and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had to meet them. Not just meet them, he gave them Harinam, he gave them Krishna Prem. So who can be more compassionate, more magnificent than Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Nama Prema Diya Kaila Sabara Nistara, Chaitanya Gura Lila, Ujite Shaktiya Kara. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave even the Bhils an opportunity to chant the holy name and can come to the platform of ecstatic love. Thus he delivered all of them. Who has the power to understand the transcendental pastimes of the world? As evidence of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy, we are experiencing that the people of Africa are taking to Krishna consciousness, chanting and dancing and taking prasadam like other Vaishnavas. This is all due to the power of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Who can understand how his potency is working all over the world? And it sure is. All over the world, people are taking it. It just not going at the speed as Prabhupada expected. It's because of our lack of purity. The movement is not spreading as fast as it should have. One deki Brahma haya ei Vrindavan, Shaila deki mane haya ei Govardhan. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu passed through the Jharikhanda forest, he took it for granted that it was Vrindavan. When he passed over the hills, he took it for granted that they were Govardhan. He was in ecstasy, so much of ecstasy. Yaha nadi deki taha manya kalindi, Mahaprema veshe nache Prabhu pade kandi. Similarly, whenever Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saw a river, he immediately accepted it as the river Yamuna. Thus, while in the forest, he was filled with great ecstatic love and he danced and fell down crying. Pathe yaite bhattacharya, shakamula fahala, yaha yehi prayena taha dayana saka. Along the way, Balbhadra Bhattacharya collected all kinds of spinach, roots, and fruit whenever possible. Jigrame rahene Prabhu tatha ye Brahman, panch sat jana asikare nimantran. Whenever Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu visited a village, a few Brahmins, 5 or 7, would come and extend invitations to the Lord. Keha anna aniya deya bhattacharya sthane, keha dugdha dadhi keha grita khanda an. Some people would bring grain and deliver it to Balbhadra Bhattacharya. Others would bring milk and yogurt, and still others would bring ghee and sugar. Yaha vipra nahitaha shudra mahajan, asi sabe bhattacharya kare nimantran. In some villages, there were no Brahmins. Nonetheless, devotees born in non-Brahmin families came and extended invitations to Balbhadra Bhattacharya. Actually, a sannyasi or Brahmin will not accept an invitation extended by a person born in a lower family. However, there are many devotees who are raised to the platform of Brahman by their initiation. These people are called Shudra Mahajan. Shudra Mahajan. This indicates that one who is born in a non-Brahmin family has accepted the Brahman status by initiation. Such devotees extended invitations to Balbhadra Bhattacharya. A Mayavadi sannyasi will accept an invitation only from a Brahmin family. But a Vaishnava does not accept an invitation from a Brahman if he does not belong to a Vaishnava sect. However, a Vaishnava will accept an invitation from a Brahman or Shudra Mahajan if that person is an initiated Vaishnava. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself accepted invitations from Shudra Mahajans. And this confirms the fact that anyone initiated by a Vaishnava mantra can be accepted as a Brahman. One can accept an invitation from such a person. So Mahaprabhu, of course, Mahaprabhu is here to deliver everybody and not going by this Smarta Brahman's tradition of accepting invitation only at a Brahman's house. So he went to everybody. Anybody who was a Vaishnava, Mahaprabhu did not hesitate to go to his house. Bhattacharya pak kare vanya vyanjane prabhur anandita. Balbhadra Bhattacharya used to cook all kinds of vegetables gathered from the forest. And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was very pleased to accept these preparations. Dui chari dineran rakhen samhati, yaha shunya van loker nahi ka vasanti. Taha se anna bhattacharya kare paaka, phal mule vyanjan kare vanya nana shaka. Balbhadra Bhattacharya used to keep a stock of food grain that would last from 2 to 4 days. Where there were no people, he would cook the grain and prepare vegetables, spinach, roots, and fruits collected from the forest. Parama Santosh Prabhu Vanya Bhojane Maha Sukh Paya Ye Dina Rahin Nirjane. The Lord was always happy to eat these forest vegetables, and he was even happier when he had an opportunity to stay in a solitary place. Bhattacharya seva kare snehi aiche das, तार विप्र वहे जल पात्र बहिर्वास. Balbhadra Bhattacharya was so affectionate to the Lord that he was rendering service just like a menial servant. His assistant Brahman carried the water pot and garments. So as we know, Swarup Damodar Goswami and Ramanand Rai, they requested Mahaprabhu to take another Brahman with him also to assist. Nirjharete Ushnodake Snana Tin Bhara Dui Sandhya Agni Tap Kashtera Apara. The Lord used to bathe 3 times a day in the warm water of the waterfalls. He also used to heat himself morning and evening with the fire made with the limitless wood. Because now it is morning and evening, it was getting colder. In forest it is cold, but now the weather was also like that, so it was getting colder. Nirantar prema vesha nirjane gama sukha anubhavi prabhu kahena vachan. While traveling in this secluded forest and feeling very happy, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu made the following statement. Shun bhattacharyami gela bahu desha vanapathe dukhir kaha nahi paye lesha. My dear Bhattacharya, I have traveled very far through the forest. I have not even slightly received any trouble. Krishna kripalu amaye bahut kripa kaila. Vanapathe ani amaye bala sukha dela. Krishna is very merciful, especially to me. He has shown his mercy by bringing me on this path through the forest. Thus, he has given me great pleasure. Purve Vrindavan jaite, karila vichara, Mata Ganga Bhakta Gane, Dekiva Ekava. Before this, I decided to go to Vrindavan and on the way see my mother, the river Ganga, and other devotees once again. Bhakta Garna Sange Avashya Kariva Milan, Bhakta Garne Sange Laya Java Vrindavan. I thought that once again I would see and meet all the devotees and take them with me to Vrindavan. Eta bhavi gola deshe kari lugamana, Mata Ganga Bhakti Dekhi Sukhi hai lamana. Thus I went to Bengal and I was very happy to see my mother, the river Ganga, and the devotees. Bhakta Gane Laya Tabe Chalila Range, Laksha Koti Loka Taha Haila Ama Sange. However, when I started for Vrindavan, many thousands and millions of people gathered and began to go with me. Sanatana Mukhe Krishna Ama Shikhaila, Taha Vigna Kari Vana Pathelaya Aila. In this way, I was going to Vrindavan with a big crowd, but through the mouth of Sanatan, Krishna taught me a lesson. Thus, by making some impediment, he has brought me to Vrindavan on the path through the forest. Kripara samudra dina hina daya mai, Krishna kripa vinna kona sukha nahi hai. Krishna is an ocean of mercy. He is especially merciful to the poor and fallen. Without his mercy, there is no possibility of happiness. Bhattacharya alingiya tahare kahila, tomar prasade ami eta sukha paila. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then embraced Balbhadra Bhattacharya and told him, it's only by your kindness that I am now so happy. Teho kahin tumi Krishna, tumi dayamai, adham jiva mui more haila sadai. Balbhadra Bhattacharya replied, my dear Lord, you are Krishna himself and therefore you are merciful. I am a fallen living entity, but you have bestowed a great favor upon me. Mui char mui tumi sange laya aila, kripa kari mor hate prabhu bhikshakai. Sir, I am most fallen, yet you have brought me with you. Showing great mercy, you have accepted food prepared by me. Adham kakera kaila garuda samana, swatantra ishwara tumi swayam bhagavan. You have made me your carrier Garuda, although I am no better than a condemned crow. Thus you are the independent personality of Godhead, the original law. Mukam karoti vachalam, pangum langyata girim. Yat kripatam aham tamaham vande paramananda madhav. The Supreme Personality of Godhead has the form of Satchitananda Vigraha, transcendental bliss, knowledge, and eternity. I offer my respectful obeisances unto him who turns the dumb into eloquent speakers and enables the lame to cross mountains. Such is the mercy of the Lord. So this is a quotation from Bhavartha Deepika commentary on Bhagavata. Ei mat balbhadra kare nastava, prema seva kari tushta kaila prabhurma. In this way, Balbhadra Bhattacharya offered his prayers to the Lord by rendering service unto him in ecstatic love. He pacified the Lord's mind. So the Lord will go further to Vrindavan, and so we'll stop here, see what happens tomorrow. We'll stop here, see anybody has any questions or comments.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, who are Samarth Brahmins? Samartha Brahmins?
Like traditional Brahmins, no? Though who wants to follow the tradition by scriptures, follow the scriptures. So there are Vaishnavas, and then there is Smarta Brahmins. Smarta or smart, actually, smart. Those who follow Smriti Shastra. But the problem is they want to follow to the core, just like Sarvam Bhattacharya was. But when he became devotee, then it became different.
Okay. Actually, जो लोग मंदिरों में जो पंडित लोग होते हैं वो उनको रेफर कर सकते हैं. They are like that.
If they are following properly, yes. Mostly they don't. Not mostly, some, I get this, sometimes they don't follow. Most of Smarta Brahmins are in South India.
Okay.
Yeah, they follow. In South India, they really follow the scriptures and the rules.
Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Okay, thank you, Nanta. We all
Thank
are
you.
safe and wonderful day. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Jai Shri
Krishna.